What's going on, ISO gang? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the 2024 NBA Summer League. So we got a lot to unpack here, and really in this video I'm really going to look into the top 4 picks of the 2023 NBA draft. And I'll start with my Charlotte Hornets, the number 2 pick, Brandon Miller. Now looking at his first games against the Spurs, Warriors, and then the other one against the Spurs again, he was looking a little shaky. He got into foul trouble a little bit. Some of the finishes weren't the best for me, but I mean, he can clearly shoot the ball. And what I saw from him shooting from deep, that's what I knew I was gonna get. Great shooter. Still a little bit raw, still a little bit rusty. I think he needs to work on, just handling the ball and trying to stay out of foul trouble a little bit. But I think he's still good. I think you just got to give it some time. I don't want to go off of just a couple subpar summer league games before I just completely jump ship and be like, oh, what are we drafting? So I want to give this some time. Maybe watch a few more summer league games before I just completely lose it over him. But I think we just got to give him some time, allow him to mature some, learn his teammates some, learn this system, and just be a pro and learn how to adjust. And I think he's going to be able to do that. And I'll save the number 1 pick for last in this video. But the next pick, the 3rd pick, Scoot Henderson, the guy that we were kind of going back and forth from, he was just as advertised. I mean, 13 points, really was getting his shot everywhere, anywhere he wanted to be, whether it was a pull-up, whether it was driving, whether it was, 3 was a little bit shaky, but even when he got there, he was able to get those 3s up and in. And yeah, I mean, it just looked like he deserved to be there, and he, was controlling the pace. And he was clearly showing that he was a leader on that Trailblazers team. He was encouraging guys. He was, telling them to get back on defense as he was getting back on defense, leading by example. Like, he is clearly a born leader, and it's pretty clear that the Trailblazers will be his team, in the foreseeable future. Now that brings into question, what they're going to do with Dame. I know there have been a lot of options of him obviously going to Miami. I know there was some talks even earlier about him possibly going to Golden State before, but that was shortly shut down once Chris Paul was traded. But yeah, Golden State, I think in Philadelphia they might try to make some moves for him. But yeah, Scoot Henderson has been just as advertised. I mean, I hate that he got hurt. It looked like he had a shoulder sprain in one of those games, so that really hurt him to, he was off to a great start against the Rockets. But yeah, I mean, I think he'll have a great career. I hate that he got injured, but I think he's going to be great. He's clearly has the genes of a star player in this league. And the 4th pick, Amin Thompson, he had a great game, 16 points, efficient shooting. Now I know what a lot of people are saying, he can't really shoot the ball well, shoot the 3. I mean, the 1 3 that he did shoot, he hit it. So he's 100% from 3 so far in all of his shots. But the jumper is definitely going to be something that he'll need to work on, but he looks to have the work ethic to put the time and get the shots up. Work with shooting coaches to really figure out where to go from there, shooting wise. And I think that'll come. As long as he's disciplined with it, and as long as he doesn't take any shortcuts, which I imagine he won't. I think he'll be fine. But everything else in the game I really like from him. His defensive ability to just read where players are going, to anticipate the directions, and just getting steals, the sneaky steals, and then the sneaky athleticism. Like, he can get up there, and he's great at attacking and finishing through contact and just through a lot of traffic. I mean, he had one layup I saw where he finished with his offhand against Shaedon Sharpe, who has an incredible vertical. So I think the Rockets definitely made a great pick in having a true point guard in Amin Thompson. Again, shooting will come, but he reads the floor extremely well. And if their 3rd pick of last year, Jabari Smith, starts to come into his own. I know he had 33 in that last game against the Trailblazers in that incredible game winner. I think Houston might have a decent season. Ime Udoka, who, was the Celtics' previous coach, got them to the finals. They may not be finals bound, but I think with this Houston team, they could make some noise in the Western Conference. And so now the last player, the anticipated Victor Wembanyama. Made a TikTok about this earlier. Y'all go check out my TikTok page on ISOJoe36. But yeah, he didn't have the best debut in the summer league. He was shot 2 for 13, 15%, had 9 points. And honestly, he just kind of looked discombobulated out there. He looked like, the moment was just too big on that first game. And now I know he'll be able to adjust. It was one game, but, it just looked like he had trouble handling the ball. Once he got into traffic, he lost the ball pretty easily. He didn't really finish as much as I'd liked him to. I mean, he was right at the basket, and maybe just some jitters, first game jitters. Everybody has them, but wasn't blown away by his first game. He did have some nice touch with an and one he had earlier in the game. But yeah, I mean, I think for him it's just, finding his own pace and, playing at that and not letting, the game be rushed. Him kind of letting the game come to him learning from his teammates and just, learning the speed of the NBA, because like I said, it's the NBA for a reason. It's the best players in the world. And, people don't really realize that until they actually are thrown into the fire. But, not the best debut. I think he could still be a great player. I know a lot of people are overreacting just a little bit to calling him a bust after one game. I don't want to go as far as a bust, but, there's definitely room for improvement. And what we've seen in a lot of teams and a lot of past players in Summer League, that is just Summer League. Like, just because you blow up in Summer League doesn't mean that you are going to have an amazing NBA career. And also just because and it is sometimes, if you do blow up in Summer League, you will have a great NBA career, but it's really just pointing out your weaknesses. And what we saw, those were exposed as dribbling in traffic. Wembanyama's got to get better with that, and just his strength in the paint, because we know that he can be a stretch big and shoot from deep, but he wasn't able to connect on those at a high enough clip, and he really just got to get stronger in the post. But again, I think he'll be a great player. I'm not too worried about it after one game, but I think he'll be fine. And I honestly hope nobody else gets hurt, because Scoot was injured from this game. Amin Thompson was injured, and these were just great players that I would have loved to continue seeing. But, I'm just hoping the rest of these players in Summer League can stay healthy. But let me know your thoughts on these 4 players, where you think they're going to stand in the rookie season, who's going to win Rookie of the Year, and who do you think will be the best player in this draft? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next episode.